To the second baseman, Cano. The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time. Who settles under this ball, but then drops it. Nobody at first. Incredible. What are you doing?
I've come to a point in my career where winning is the most important thing.
The throw misses a cutoff man. Shot into the plate. Out at the plate.
In a way that the Yankees were like disrespectful to the game of baseball.
Out of the game, there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series.
Here he comes on the run. And now fisticuffs.
To have an opportunity to win and win big, hopefully in October.
All right, New York, we are back for the postseason run here in year one with your New York Yankees, having that 2 seed, winning the division, a couple games behind Houston for that overall 1 seed, but the goal was to get the bye in the first round and see what happens afterwards. A really great regular season for this Yankees team, bolstered by a star-studded pitching staff, a complimentary bullpen, and just a lineup that we added to at the trade deadline in the likes of which in Riley Green and Eugenio Suarez at third. We brought in Shenton, in the offseason to really help complement this roster. And if I have to say myself, I think this is a World Series contending team. I don't see any reason why this team can't go toe-to-toe with the best of anybody, especially the way they performed in the regular season. We'll see how that translates when it comes time to manage it. But this is kind of what we're working with. We don't know who we're playing just yet, but this is going to be the lineup pretty much regardless of what happens. So Riley Green took over that leadoff spot for us and performed pretty well. Hoping that continues. Cody Bellinger had a great year in that 2-hole. Judge, of course. 3, Stanton cleaned things up. Shenton had a phenomenal year, and he was hurt for part of it, but still 32 homers, a 328 average. Incredible season for him. Exactly what we needed in replacing Juan Soto. Eugenio Suarez came over and did his thing, gives us good defense over there at third base, allows Chisholm to slide down the lineup a little bit. Volpe, wanted to call this out, had an incredible year, hit 29 homers out of Anthony Volpe, which is pretty incredible. In fact, I think a lot of guys in this roster were 20 and above. Yeah, Austin Wells with 20, 29 for Volpe, 20 for Chisholm. We got at the deadline, so not counting him, but Shenton's in there, Stanton, Judge, Belly, Riley Green also at the deadline. So the only guy on our starting lineup who didn't hit 20 homers or more is Eugenio Suarez. So name of the game is the home run ball here in the postseason, and we have threats up and down this lineup who can leave the ballpark at any time. So I really like this lineup. We'll see how it translates. On the bench, we got Reese McGuire just as a defensive catcher there. Decent contact guy. Hopefully we don't really need him, barring an injury. Oswald Peraza is kind of our utility infielder. Good defense, good speed if we need a pinch runner there. Trent Grisham, same sort of thing, just sort of a defensive outfielder replacement. And then Paul Goldschmidt, maybe a pinch hit versus lefties. He played really well this year, especially versus left-handed pitching. His numbers did well, and he's a veteran leader in the clubhouse, so we wanted to make sure he got a spot there on the roster. Pitching-wise, it looks fairly similar to what we had in the regular season. Cole, Fried, Rodon will be your top 3, like that against anybody, followed up by Schmidt and Luis Heel in the 4-5 spot. Bullpen-wise, Tim Hill and Tyler Holton will be our 2 lefty leverage arms there. Scott Effross, who we called up in September, pitched 21 innings to a tune of a 0.43 ERA. So definitely earned a spot here for the playoffs over some of our other righties there. So we're leaving him on the roster, along with Alex Lang, who we acquired in that Riley Green and Tyler Holton deal from the Tigers. We got Ronnie here, Loizaga, Luke Weaver, and then Devin Williams closing things down. So I think this is a pretty complete roster as you're ever going to find. You have the stars, you have the starting pitching, you have the closer, you got a lineup that can do it all, essentially. So it's really just about putting the pieces together and see if they can win a few games here in the postseason. But before that, one other thing I wanted to call out. We went through the awards at the end of last episode, and I was so surprised that Garrett Cole wasn't even in the nomination category for the Cy Young. Framber had a great year. So did Grayrod. Like, no flack on them. Even Flaherty, that's a really strong year. Led the league in strikeouts. I know the game values that when it comes to awards for pitchers. But Garrett Cole, look at this season he put together, and he's not even in the conversation. 233 innings to a tune of 2.16 ERA, a whip below 1, and 232 strikeouts. I don't know how he didn't win the Cy Young or at least be in the conversation for it, but that is outrageous. And I hope Cole takes that out on the rest of the league in the postseason, because absolutely snubbed of a Cy Young. Should have been his third in his career. And even Max Fried here had better numbers than some of those other guys. Another guy over 200 innings pitched. Yeah, the strikeouts aren't there, but an ERA of 2.28 and a whip of 1.1. So pretty incredible. Both those guys were snubbed off the Cy Young list. Don't really understand it, but that's the way the game goes, and we're not really in it for personal accolades right now. We're all in it to win the big one, the Commissioner's Trophy. So that's enough blabbling from me. Let's get into this postseason and see who we match up against in the DS. As Max Fried's back, yep, we'll just leave him there. And Cleveland or Baltimore, who's it going to be? It is Baltimore. So an AL East divisional matchup in the DS between Baltimore and New York. You have Tampa and Houston matching up on the other side. Philly gets by San Francisco to face off against Atlanta, probably for the third or fourth time in the last 5 years in the DS. And then the Dodgers get Cincinnati there in the DS on the other side of the bracket. So let's take a look at what we've got going up against us in Baltimore. Should be pretty familiar with this team. Zach Eflin will get to start in Game 1 since they were in the wild card. They have Grayrod leading the way, so he's a special talent there. Bradish is comparable, and then Blake Snell, who they acquired there, might see him if the series goes long. Tyler Wells in their bullpen, a lot of former Philly relievers there, and Soto and Dominguez still here. Dylan Tate, Brian Baker, not King Felix, but other Felix Bautista in the pen along with Maton, and they make Cano their closer. So they've definitely got some weapons there in the bullpen. Only the one lefty, which is helpful for us. I think a couple of our guys might struggle a little bit more against the lefties, but a pretty solid starting rotation there and bullpen to complement that. So you can see why they advanced into the DS. Lineup-wise, Cedric Mullins still here, center field, leading things off for them. Junior Caminero is playing third. If you remember, in our first episode, we covered the trades that kind of went down in that first year. That was just kind of a throwaway year, get to the real offseason. They made that trade straight up with Tampa for Jackson Holiday there. So that's a big-time acquisition. We'll see how he performs. Vladdy, who they also got along with Brandon Lowe. Looks like these guys aren't hitting too well. We hopefully can continue that. Gunnar Henderson, of course, so it looks like a solid, maybe lefty lane here, especially at the top. Vladdy's kind of doesn't really matter who he's facing, but especially Brandon Lowe and Gunnar Henderson here struggle a little bit more against lefties. Brennan Drury, Santander, James McCann actually doing the catching. Looks like Rushman probably will be back in this series. He had a really good year, but looks to be banged up and is not going to be playing Game 1, so that's helpful for us not to have him in the lineup. And then Colton Cowser there as well. They've got Mountcastle on the bench. I'm sure he's starting versus lefties. Same with Westberg. Alex Call, good defensive outfielder. We'll take a peek at that since we do have some lefty starters. Yep, Westberg is in there, and same with Mountcastle. Drury and Caminero get the bench versus lefties there. So they have a pretty good lineup. I don't think it's as deep as ours. I think we're definitely more well-balanced. They do have some pop, and they definitely have guys that can smash the ball around, even though they didn't hit well in that wild card round. So this is going to be a tough matchup. I'm not going to lie. Divisional round against a divisional opponent, a guy's team you've been familiar with all year, even for past years. So this is a big series right here. We got to get off to a good start. Garrett Cole, hopefully he's pissed off. Pitch not getting the Cy Young, going to lead us to the promised land. So let's get this series underway with Game 1 in the Bronx. Fans are on their feet, ready to go with the roll call. Let's do it. All right, first inning here. What do you got for me, Garrett? 1, 2, 3. You love to see it. Now, Riley Green's first at-bat in the postseason in pinstripes. Pop up. All right. Not worried about that. Cody Bellinger with a single in the first. Judge gets on an error. Interesting. Santander, I don't know. Maybe dropped the ball or something. But sets the table here for Stanton. First inning. What do you got, Stanny? Strikeout. Okay. Austin Shenton, can he pick him up? It's what we got you for. Ground out. All right. So a little bit of work on the bases, but no runs across. We'll continue on here with Garrett Cole leading the way. Another 1, 2, 3 inning. Suarez, his first at-bat, gets a knock. And Jazz Chisholm drives him in with a double. Already 1-0 Yanks. You love to see it. Volpe, I don't know if that was a swinging bunt, but Chisholm didn't advance. So we got first and second, nobody out. Let's let Wellesley hit here. Fly out, fielder's choice, fly out. All right. Would have liked to have scratched across at least one more there, but I got to take the lead where we can get it. After 2, it's 1-0. Good guys. First base runner here with 2 outs. You hate 2-out walks. And Cole pitches out of it. Not a problem. All right. Heart of the lineup. Second time through. Can we do any damage? No. We go 1, 2, 3. On to the fourth. Heart of the lineup for Baltimore. Their first hit from Vladdy, and Brandon Lau leaves the yard. Gives the Orioles a lead. That is Garrett Cole's one weakness, you can always say, is he does give up a few home runs with his confidence in his fastball. See how he bounces back, gets out of the inning. All right. Well, this Yankees team is built to score a lot of runs. They did it all year. So if we only get one run the whole game, we don't deserve to win anyway. So let's see if we can answer right here. Jazz with his second double of the game. Volpe walks. Wells sets the table for you again, my man. Strikeout. Riley Green can't come through. Leaving a lot of guys on base in this game. I hate to see that so early in this game. All right. Heart of the lineup again. There it is. Judge ties it up with a solo bomb like it was ever in doubt. Shenton with a 2-out walk. You keep saying Shelton. And Suarez, nothing. All right. 2-2 going into the sixth. Third time through the lineup. We're going to leave the ball in Cole's hand. He's been pitching well. The one mistake, and he pitches a clean 6. Hate to take the ball out of his hand at any point. So hopefully the offense can come through here and give us a lead. Jazz, what do you got for me? A leadoff walk. I know McCann isn't the best catcher. Do we risk the steal right here? I think the value is worth it. And he's thrown out. All right, well, regret that. Volpe walks. I'm not going to try and steal again. Come on, Wellesley. What you got for me? All right, they're going to go to Tyler Wells out of the bullpen. Strong righty there. Another pop-up, and Riley Green can't come through. On to the seventh. Brandon Lau got Cole back in the fourth. Can Cole get revenge? Strikes him out. Nice. And it's a clean 7th for Garrett Cole. Offense got to come through here. We got to scratch across a run, find a way, leave the ballpark, something, nothing. All right, on to the 8th. Cole's still doing strong, and as I say that, gives up a single to Santander. Should be able to handle. Okay, thrown out. We love to see that, Wells. It's big for us, and it's a clean 8th. All right, on to the bottom half. Come on, Shenton. What do you got for me? Line out, fly out, ground out. Oof. It's a pitching duel here. 4th time through the lineup. You know, I hate to take the ball out of Cole's hand at this point. I think we got to leave him until he gets up one mistake. Could regret that, but he's pitched well enough to earn it, and it's a leadoff double by Cedric Mullins. Oh, man. Well, I say we pitch to Caminero here. Well, now he stole third. All right, so we got runner on third, no outs. Probably going to be a sac fly. Okay, ground out. Do we intentionally walk Vladdy and go to the bullpen to bring up a lefty? I think we pitch around them. Strikeout. Do we let Cole face Brandon Lau again? Oh, man, the decisions of a manager. I think I have to do it. With Gunnar up next as well. That's why we picked up Tyler Holton for these matchups. Got to go to him. Gets out of the inning. Great job, Tyler Holton. Big out right there. Way to pitch out of it. And now we got the bottom of the ninth. Do we have a hero here? Anthony Volpe, strikeout. Wells, strikeout. Riley Green, ground out. We're into extras. All right. We're going to leave Holton to face Gunnar. And then I think he would have to face Drury. We're going to leave him in anyways, regardless. And then Santander. A little bit stronger versus lefties for sure. We're going to leave Holton in. He's pitched well, double. All right, no, not the end of the world there. I think we got to go to our best arm here out of the pen to try and keep this a tie game. Devin Williams. No, it's not a save situation, but we need you, man. Pop up. Good job. All right. Heart of the lineup. Come on. We got to have a hero here. We need this win. Bottom of the 10th. What do you have for me? Leadoff walk. Okay. Judge singles. Okay. Now we have Stanton. Now the thing is, do we DH or do we pinch hit, and try and get a sack bunt here? Do we have anybody that's halfway decent at bunting? Maybe Trent Grisham just to come in and bunt. And then Shenton could hit a sack fly. I like it. I'm going to do it. Grisham, can you bunt them over? All right, ground out, moved him over. We'll take it. I don't know what that was, but all right. Shenton, we need a sack fly, man. Sack fly, and you're a hero. We win this game. Not deep enough. Wow. I don't know where he hit it. All right, Anunio. This is what we got you for. Trade deadline acquisition. Chance to be a hero in pinstripes. Ground out. And we can't get it done. And now Stanton's out of the lineup. Oh, man. All right. Well, Devin, this is your game now, my man. Pitches a clean 11th. On to the bottom half of the 11th. Still have Tyler Wells in there. We can't solve him. We go quietly. Do we leave Williams in to face Vladdy and then the lefty Lane? Vladdy does struggle a little bit more against lefties. Certainly some pop there. I feel confident going to Tim Hill here. And he blitzes him for a solo shot. That did not work out in our favor. Gets the next three. Now it's up to the Yankees to get an answer on the board here. They're going to go to their closer in Cano. Come on, Riley. You're 0 for 5, man. We picked you up here for a reason. Ground out 0 for 6. Judge, our last hope. Okay, it's a single, and now it's Trent Grisham because we pinched hit for Stanton. Oh, I can already see the comments coming in. Reese, you want to get in there? You sell a pinch hitting, man. You're probably our best bat for the situation. What do you got for me? Not going to get it done. I don't know what the result was just yet, but it's closed. And the Orioles steal game 1 on the road from the Yankees. The inability to score runs there. Vladdy with a homer in the 12th off of Tim Hill. I feel like I screwed the pooch on that one. But we got to bounce back here in game 2. The good news is we've got another ace on the mound in Max Fried. Hopefully the lineup bounces back. I don't really want to make any changes. No one really excelled. It's only one game. We should be able to bounce back here. As Max Fried starts the game off strong. Couple walks here. Come on, Stanton. Nothing. Shenton doesn't do anything either. All right. Leadoff double, and Adley Rushman is now back in the lineup for the O's. Strike him out. Mountcastle rakes lefties. Strikes him out. Santander ground. Good work to pitch out of that leadoff double. All right, let's slow it down a little. Catch our breath. There's a triple. All right. Let's let Volpe hit here. We should be able to drive him in. Unless he strikes out. So continuing to leave runners on in scoring position yet again here in Game 2. The Yankees are struggling to score some runs. I don't like it. Chisholm's been one of our best hitters, too. Crazy down there at the bottom of the lineup. Anthony Volpe leaves the yard. Solo shot to start off the bottom half of the 5th, giving the Yankees a lead. We needed that. Hopefully that fires up the crowd and the rest of this team. Bellinger singles. Can Judge drive him in? Just a knock. Okay. Come on, Stan. You've been 0 in this series. We need a big hit. Fly out. All right. I'll take the lead. Max Fried's pitching well. Leadoff double. Come on. Can we manufacture another run here? We didn't do a double play. Oh, boy. All right. Same kind of scenario as last game. Going deep into this game. Pitching duel. Leadoff single. Got to leave Fried in there. Come on. Get these lefties out there. Let's go, Max Fried. Come on, buddy. All right. Huge insurance run here. Just ask for one. They bring in Sir Anthony. Come on. Someone blitz him. Nothing. All right. Fried, this is your game, man. I'm going to let you have it. Can you close it out? 1 out away and a complete game. 3-hit shutout. 10 Ks by Max Fried. Answers back for the Yankees as they tie up the series 1 apiece and have only scored 3 runs through the first 2 games. That is a little concerning, but the good news is we are even in the series. Riley Green hasn't done anything. Stanton hasn't done anything. Chisholm's been one of our best hitters. I mean, do we move him up into the leadoff spot? Try and shake things up. Volpe's been clutch. I mean, it can't hurt, right? It can't hurt to try and just swap Jazz and Riley Green around a little and see if we can get a little bit more offensive production there. So let's try that out here for Game 3 on the road in Baltimore. Big ballpark here. We got Rodon. They got Bradish. Looked like he got teed up in the wild card round, so he's trying to bounce back. Rodon's first game here. Come on, buddy. Need some offense. From this team. Maybe some early offense. Table set once again here for Stan. Come on, buddy. You are due. And he strikes out. Can't manufacture anything there in the first as the O's get a leadoff single. Guess we'll try and pick him off. Nothing. Fielder's choice. Try the same thing. A walk into a double play. Nice work, Rodon. Way to pitch out of it. Riley Green getting demoted down the 7-hole. Still without a hit in this series. So Rodon's getting a couple base runners on, but he's pitching out of it. Okay, leadoff walk there by Chisholm. Come on, buddy. Come on, Judge. Put one in the gap. Let's get a run across. Another walk. Smart. Pitch around them and get to Stanton, who doesn't even have a hit yet. Fly out again. All right. Need you here, Rodon. Nice work. Clean third. All right. We're into the 4th. Nothing game. Only 1 hit to the Yankees' name so far. It's a leadoff single by Vladdy. And that was all she wrote there for the 4th. Already into the 5th here in Game 3 as Austin Wells finally runs into one, leaves the yard here in Camden Yards, giving the Yankees a lead. Needed that one. Cody Bellinger continues to hit well there, but no support behind him. And almost 2-out double. Pitches out of it. All right. Throws up a 0 after scoring. You love to see that. No more offense from the Yankees there. Rodon's still dominating, but so is Kyle Bradish. There's an error. Maybe that's a break for us. Brandon Lau. Come on, Wellesley. Can you run into another one? And he does. His second homer of the game. out of the 9 spot. Austin Wells having himself a game here for the Yankees. Gives them a 3-0 lead here in the 7th. They go to their lefty in Soto. Might be a little too late to match up there. And they do have a solid lefty lineup. I think it's time to turn it over to our bullpen, the guys we brought in for these situations. So, 7th inning, we're going to go to Loizaga. He pitched so well for us this year. Of course, he gives off a leadoff single followed by a 2-run homer by Mountcastle. Sometimes I think I should just leave our starters in the entire game because going to the bullpen does absolutely nothing, and the Orioles have come all the way back to tie up the game at 3s. Oh my goodness, what is happening? What is happening? Luke Weaver, get in there. Shut it down. Oh, that is so frustrating. That is so frustrating. I feel like I'm mismanaging this team out the wazoo. I go to Loizaga. Gives up a single to Rushman. Okay, so be it. Mountcastle struggles against righties, and what do you know? He takes him deep to dead center. Unbelievable. Then Holton comes in for that lefty lane. Gives up 2 singles. 3 singles, actually, in a row off of Holton. Oh, man. All right. Well, good news is it's only a tie ball game. Bad news is we should not have a tie ball game. So, cut out for the offense again. What do you got for me, Judgy? They're bringing in Sir Anthony. Your second time seeing him. Come on. Come on, Stanton. Nothing. Shenton. All right, there's a knock. Come on. Can we have a 2-out rally here? Suarez, come on. Come on, Riley Green. You are beyond due for your skill level. Need you to come through here. You've been doing it all year, your whole career. Come through with a clutch hit. All right, it was a single, but we couldn't score him because Shenton's slow as heck. Down to the kid. Volpe, you come through with some clutch hits before. You're 0 on the day. What do you have? Anthony Volpe, the hero in pinstripes. A grand slam. What a 2-out rally to make up for that blunder in the 7th. 4 runs come right back across the plate. 3 singles in a row. Volpe leaves the yard. And it's now a 7-3 ball game, as Wells adds a double to his stat line. We're going to leave Weaver in here as he gives up a homer to Gunnar and a single. All right, I've had enough of this. Devin Williams, we need a 6-out save. You're the only reliable guy in this bullpen, apparently. Cody Bellinger gets it back. All right, back to a 4-run lead. I hate to burn him with a 4-run lead, but we need Devin Williams out here. I don't trust anybody else. So he's getting hit around a little. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right. Woo, we survive. What a wild ending to that game. Yankees put up 7 runs in the last 3 innings there. A couple of big homers there by Austin Wells early. Volpe, the biggest one of them all. Cody with an insurance one there. And your Yankees now have a 2-1 series lead in the series. So how's everyone else doing? So Houston is a 2-1 series lead over Tampa. Looks like Philly took down Atlanta once again in the DS in a 3-1. And Cincinnati upset the Dodgers, winning 3-1. What is up with Cincinnati going on this run? Let's take a quick peek, quick intermission from our series here and see what Cincinnati has cooking in their lineup. So that's right. They acquired Zach Galoff at the trade deadline. Spencer Steer, Ellie De La Cruz still here. Veli Marte, Encarnacion. India still here. Langoliers they must have picked up. I mean, not a crazy lineup. I feel like we are facing harder lineups there. They got some good lefty platoon guys there to match up. What's their pitching rotation looking like? Did they add some big time arms that I'm just forgetting about over here in Cincinnati? So they still have Hunter Green, who hasn't even pitched that well. Andrew Abbott, Nick Lodolo. So it's all their familiar faces, and the bullpen isn't anything crazy. Maybe they're just hot at the right time. Shows you what can happen in baseball, but We got to focus on closing this series out here in Baltimore up against Blake Snell, their free agent acquisition. Clark Schmidt getting the start here in Game 4. He pitched well all year long for us. It's going to be a quick leash, though, in case he struggles. I know this lineup change. Oh, are we facing a lefty here? We are facing a lefty there with Blake Snell. So because of that, I'll leave Riley Green back up in the leadoff spot. Do I want to go Volpe up there? Yeah, let's try Volpe up in the leadoff spot here. Slide Riley Green down to the 6th hole. Chisholm, I know you've been hitting well, but you struggle against lefties, even though it sometimes doesn't even seem to matter. But we'll press on here. So early offense would be huge to knock Blake Snell out of this game. Be nice if some of our guys that have been 0-for could get going here. 1-out double there by Caminero, and Schmidt pitches out of it. Love to see it. Shenton gets on. Riley Green gets on. Austin Wells with another clutch hit in Baltimore. A 2-run double to give the Yanks an early lead. And Volpe with a 2-out single drives him home. It's now 3-0 Yankees. That's what we needed. We needed some early offense as somehow Santander steals second. And, of course, Rushman's going to drive him in. So the Baltimore Orioles answer back with a run of their own. Need to keep tacking on. There's Stanton's first hit of the series. Shenton walks again. Riley Green still looking for his first knock. Can't get it done. We're into the 4th. Austin Wells is raking now. Another double on the game. Chisholm with a single. Come on, Volpe. What do you got for me? Walk sets the table. Bases juiced for Cody Bellinger against Blake Snell. Fielder's choice. All right. Judgy, what do you have? Pop up. Unbelievable. Come on, Stanton. Come through. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Bellinger, Judge, and Stanton. None of them can do anything. Unbelievable. Note that one if you're taking score at home of that missed opportunity. Shenton been on base all 3 times. Riley Green continues his postseason struggles there. Not what I envisioned picking him up, but the rest of the lineup's doing all right. Bringing in their lefty for the bottom half of our lineup there. Makes sense. Schmitty, do I go to a lefty again? I feel like it's pointless, right? Got Vladdy. I feel like it's dumb if we don't. Tim Hill got these guys out last time. See if we can do it again. Nice. I don't understand sometimes how the statistics work. Like Gunnar Henderson's numbers look horrible versus lefties. And here he is leaving the yard against Tim Hill, who has a really strong home run and pitching clutch. Like sometimes I think the game just is out to get me. As Baltimore ties it once again here. Leading for more dramatic baseball down the stretch. Another error by the Baltimore Orioles. Drop throw by Vladdy. Hate to see that. As Judge hits into a double play. Stanton singles, but not going to be for much there. Who do we go to here? Alex Lang. See what you got for me. Of course, leadoff walk into a single, into an RBI. Yeah. Not surprised there. All right, Efers, can you somehow pitch out of this? And he does. I don't know how he pitched out of that. I think they had bases loaded, nobody out as well there. Yeah, Caminero strikes out, and Vladdy flew out. Riley Green threw him out. At least Riley Green's doing something to contribute to this team, but man. All right. Well, we gave up the run. Into the 8th we go. Bringing in Felix. Gonna be a tough road ahead for these Yankees. We're going to leave Efers out there. Pitches through it. All right, into the 9th. They're going to bring in Cano. Like Jazz here. Come on, buddy. Leadoff single. I'm not stealing him. Not doing it again. Volpe, you've been swinging a hot bat. Strikeout. All right, Cody. Fielder's choice. Judge, come on. A ball in the gap. It's a tie ball game. Need you, big man. Need you, captain. Strikes out. And we've got a 2-2 series tied, heading back to New York for Game 5 for a winner-take-all to go to the CS. Tampa is also tied with Houston there. Oh, boy. Here we go. Game 5. It's going to be Cole versus Grayrod. Both pitchers pitched so well. First time out. We need the offense. We need the offense to come through here in a big way. I'm going to slide Volpe back up to the leadoff spot. He's been doing so well there. And Jazz, you can hit 6. Shenton hit decently. Put Jazz in the cleanup spot. I mean, that sounds ridiculous. I'd rather have Shenton hit there than Jazz. Slide Stanton down. He hasn't been doing anything. Riley Green hasn't been doing anything. Austin Wells hit well in the bottom of the lineup, so we'll leave him there. All right, it's going to come down to who can score the most runs. All right, that's great analytics there. Who can score first, I feel like, is going to play a big role in this. As Shenton comes through early, 1-0 Yanks already in the first. You love to see it. Jazz comes through with a knock of his own. Come on, Stanton. Blast one out of here. All right, that's a walk. We'll take it. Sets the table. Pass the baton. Suarez strikeout. Come on. Riley Green, you've had so many opportunities. You have such a big chance here to bust this game open, and he strikes out. I don't know what demons he is fighting, but it is not working out for us. Garrett Cole continues to dominate through the lineup, but it's an early lead for the Yankees. You love to see that. It's kind of what we needed. As Brandon Lau gets the O's back within 1 with a 2-out knock. Gunnar, oh boy, Cole, pitching coach visit the mound, calm him down. Come on. You're the ace. Pitch out of this. Frick, man. Come on. Why does this keep happening? Garrett Cole gives up 3 after. Just keep going. Come on, boys. Answer back. Answer back. Nothing. First and second, nobody out. We can't do anything. Garrett Cole continues to give up bases. Adley Rushman is freaking stealing bases on us. Unbelievable. I don't understand. This team, man. Cole seems to have settled down a little. Come on, we need some offense here. All right, slow it down. Bottom of the 6th. Come on, somebody take him deep as he strikes out the side. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Garrett Cole gives us 7 strong. Cody can't get it done. I don't know. I don't even know who to turn to. Luke Weaver, been one of our better pitchers here. An error. Jazz, come on, man. All right. Bottom of the 8th. Come on, Judgy. Lead off double. All right, come on. We have life. We have life. Jazz, you've been so clutch. I need you again. And Jazz Chisholm comes through in the bottom of the 8th with a 2-run shot to give the Yanks a lead. Oh, my goodness. Off of Felix Bautista. All the demons have been exorcised. The crowd is back to life. Oh, my goodness. Riley Green continues to struggle. Unbelievable. Get Devin Williams in here. Come on, buddy. Close this game out. It's not going to go quietly. Mullins doubles. Come on. Come on, Devin. All right. Pitched around Vladdy. You want to get to Brandon Lau. That's fine. Pinch runner. Come on. And he does it. And the Yankees survive a bloodbath of a battle between Baltimore and head to the American League Championship Series. Whew, what a ride. Jazz Chisholm, where would we be without you, man? Where would we be without you? And who are we facing? It's another divisional opponent in the Tampa Bay Rays. Oh, boy. So before we look at what the Rays has, recap that Baltimore series, back and forth. The only game that wasn't a 1-run game was Game 3 that we won 8-4. Everything else decided by 1 run and usually decided late. So you like that fight that we have in this team, the confidence that we have in Cincinnati. Looks to have won Game 1 there against Philly already. Don't want to face Cincinnati at this point, but I don't want to face Philadelphia either. But we got to get through Tampa. first. So let's see what Tampa has. They've been pretty active as well. I know we got Roki Sasaki on this team, another divisional opponent. Yep. So Sasaki is going to get the start in game 1 there, followed by Drew Rasmussen. They still have Shane McCallahan, one of the best pitchers in the game. So definitely a gauntlet of starting pitching to go through. Yet again, looks to be a pretty solid bullpen as well. Nothing jumping out. I mean, they have Pete Fairbanks and Eric Swanson at the back end, but complementary bullpen to a very strong starting pitching staff. We'll see how the lineup shakes out here. Went the wrong way. So we got through Caminero, and the Rays have Jackson Holliday here. So he's leading off for them. Looks like they made a trade for Brendan Donovan from the Cardinals, who's going nuclear here in the playoffs, hitting close to 400 for them. Yanni Diaz, we're familiar with his game. Josh Lowe here as well. Strong candidate versus righties, but I mean, who knows how that even factors in anymore? I don't know. We can play matchups all we want. Dylan Carlson DHing, one of the better defensive outfielders in the game. Looks like a rookie here. And yeah, Emilio Geronimo must have been the draft in that sim year that we did for them. Yeah, his rookie year already playing in the CS. That's got to feel really nice for him. Jose Siri out there in center, and Yu Chang playing short for them. They got Homer Bush, Taylor Walls, I imagine, is in there versus lefties. Same thing with Jose Caballero, Rene Pinto as their backup catcher. Okay, so I don't think it's as deep of a lineup as they had in Baltimore, although Morel and Carlson are hitting pretty well here. Even Jose Siri's hitting really well along with his speed. So not as worried about the lineup, but definitely just as good of a pitching staff, I would say, here in Tampa compared to Baltimore there. So game 1 of the CS, ball's going to go to Max Fried. Pitched a complete game. His last time out. Need a lot of that again. And then lineup-wise, where did we have? We had Volpe. Let's actually back out of this, so I don't have to do this every freaking time. Versus righties. Volpe get up. Volpe get up there. You've been doing all right. I'm going to drop Riley Green down. I can't justify hitting him 9th. That just doesn't make sense in my book, but maybe we will if Austin Wells continues to hit well there. But we're going to run Volpe in the leadoff spot. Try and help things out. Versus lefties, we can leave Stanton there. Slide Riley Green down. Probably, I mean, Wells hit well versus lefties, so let's keep him in the 8th spot, and Jazz can flip the script there. So that's going to be the lineups. Let's head into game 1 here of the CS. Staying in the Bronx. Fans are itching for a World Series, but we got to win 4 here against another divisional opponent in the Tampa Bay Rays. So we'll see what they have in store for us. There was a lot of close games versus Baltimore. Will it be much of the same here in this series? Will we continue to have pitching duel after pitching duel? As Christopher Morel gets the first run of the series with a homer off of Max Fried. A little bit of a rally here. By the Tampa Bay Rays. Can Max Fried pitch out of it? Gets Yanni Diaz to bounce out. This is a big out here. Left on left, and he does. All right. Holds him to 1. It's one swing of the bat by any guy on this roster. Can easily erase that. We just need to continue to bear down here pitching-wise as Austin Shenton makes an error. Okay, not known for your defense, so can't really get mad at you for that one. Max Fried pitches around it, and we have yet to really solve Roki Sasaki here. Only our 2nd hit of the game goes nowhere. Max Fried's doing his thing. We need somebody to run into one here, somebody to put something across. Can't get it done there in the 5th. We're on to the 6th already. This game is going by in a blink of an eye. Christopher Morel, second. Let him fit. Okay. All right, take a breath here. Bottom of the sixth, scratch something across. Can we do it? Do we steal? I'm going to let Cody hit. All right. Come on, Judgy. Need you here. I'm going to let you swing. And if we need to sack fly, hopefully Shenton can get it done. Come on. All right, that's a walk. Come on, Shenton. Get this done. Get this done. Walk. We'll take it. Passing the baton. Tie game. Come on, Chisholm. This is what you're here for. And a bases clearing double by Jazz Chisholm is just going off in this postseason. Clutch hit after clutch hit. Giving the Yankees the lead here in the sixth. Can we push him across for some insurance? We can't, but that's okay. We did what we needed to do there. As Max Fried throws up another 0 on the board. Come on, can we bust this game open? Bases loaded again for Jazz. 2 outs, and he walks. He just passes the baton. Come on, Stanton. Put this game out of reach. He cannot, so we still have a game. Leave Max Fried in there to face Lau, and then we're going to make the switch here. Luke Weaver, you've been one of our best arms here. As he gives up a knock. And a 3-run shot to Christopher Morel already as they go to the bench. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh. And just like that, it's a tie ball game. Oh, I don't know. I'm at a loss of what to do with our bullpen anymore. Unbelievable. Tampa comes right back and puts up 4 of their own. And once again, we have a tie ball game late. Leadoff walk. Can we push him across? Come on, Cody. Should we pinch run? I feel like we should, as Wallow does play good defense no matter where I put him. Need to score if we get a single. And it comes through. Thank the heavens. A little 2-out magic there from Volpe to Belly. Puts the Yanks back in front. Come on, Judge. Get us some insurance here. They go to a lefty. Can't get it done. All right. All right. Come on. Devin Williams. Table is set. Top of the lineup. And we do it. All right. Little bit of a scare there from the bullpen. Trying to find pieces that we can rely on. Has been a struggle outside of our starters and Devin Williams, it feels like. But some clutch hitting again late by the Yankees propels them to another 1-run game victory here in the postseason, continuing to live and die by some clutch hitting and some clutch pitching, or lack of clutch pitching, I should say, at the end of games. Carlos Rodon gets his second start here. Leadoff walk into a bunt, pop up, ground. All right. Pitched out of it. Good work by the veteran. First and third, or 2 outs, excuse me. And Jazz does it again with a double to put the Yanks in front. Stanton comes through with a huge 2-out single to put 2 more across. Suarez gets a knock. Riley Green finally comes through with a 2-out 2-run double. And the Yanks have chased, I don't even remember who was pitching, Drew Rasmussen from the game already in the first inning as they hit around, put up 5. Come on, Rodon. No walks, pitch to contact. Let the defense do its thing. Let the and Jazz continues his postseason dominance with another 2-out hit to push another run across. It's now 6-0 Yanks. Where would we be without Jazz Chisholm, man? Unbelievable performance so far here in the postseason. Definitely eyeing down that playoff MVP here as Austin Shenton hits a 2-out grand slam. This game is blown wide open. It's now 11-0. Carlos Rodon should be on cruise control, man. I don't care if you give up a couple of runs. Just no walks. Riley Green leaves the yard. Hopefully that gets him going. His first multi-hit game of the postseason. As Aaron Judge leaves the yard, it's a home run parade here in the Bronx. Rodon gives up his first run. Looks to be struggling a little, so let's get him out of there. Let's give Ronnie a chance. See what you can do. Immediately gives up a 2-run triple. It's okay. We're up 13-3. Not worried just yet as we continue to dominate here. Do we want to give Reese a chance to hit? Or we're just going to let the boys keep hitting. Volpe, yeah, I feel like it's still a little too early for my liking to go to the bench, give some guys some ABs there. But we can continue to try and work in some of these pitchers who haven't pitched much and may have not looked as well early on. Yeah, Loizica, then again, pitched out of it. All right. Jazz, I'm not taking you out of the lineup, dude. You're hitting too well. What is Tyler Alexander? A lefty. Let's give Goldie a chance to hit here. Give him an AB out of the DH spot. He comes through with a knock. Let's give Peraza a chance to hit. He comes through with a knock. Let's give Grisham a chance. Riley Green's finally hitting well. Let's leave him in the lineup. See if he can continue to build some confidence. He does. Austin Wells, you've been doing well. Let's give your legs a little bit of a break. Reese strikes out. Do we have anybody else? It's just Grisham. Poor Grisham. Sorry, buddy. We'll get you in the outfield, though. We'll let you play a little bit. Give Cody some rest there. Alex Lang, Efros. Let's just leave Loizica in here to pitch the rest of this game. Yanni Diaz leaves the yard. And Rodon got hurt. Interesting. I took him out, but so be it. He should be fine for his next start, I'd imagine. But the Yankees rout Tampa Bay here, 14-4. Riley Green got himself the player of the game. Let's look at the box score. How many homers did we hit in this one? Shenton, Green, Judge all left the yard. Chisholm, Wells, Bellinger, Green, Suarez all with doubles. Some multiple RBI games by a lot of players there. Great performance there by the offense. That's a little bit more of what I expected from this team going into the postseason. Was a little bit more of that dominance. But if we can win the close games, you know we're due for some blowout games like that. So, love to see it. Clark Schmidt going to get the start here in Game 3. He did well in that Game 4 start. We're going to keep the lineup the same. It's been working. Can we push across some early runs again? The table's set for Jazz. This man is on another level of fire. Another 2-out double drives him in. Shendon was thrown out the plate, but Jazz continues to perform at a high level with clutch hit after clutch hit for this team. Unbelievable record-setting performance right here that we are witnessing by Jazz Chisholm, who, by all accounts, had a down year during the regular season. He hit under 250, still popped 20 homers. He's hitting 500 right now in the playoffs. He can't do any wrong, really. It's the rest of the lineup that's got to compliment him at this point. Dylan Carlson ties it up with a 2-out double. It's now 1-1 here in a pivotal Game 3, to be honest. It's kind of a must-win here for Tampa. But if the Yanks can get a hold of this one, it should be wraps with a 3-0 series lead and with the starting pitching that we have. So would like to scratch across a couple more runs here. Clark Schmidt continuing to dominate, gives us 7 strong innings. Cody Bellinger leaves the yard for the second time this game. You love to see that. All right, do we leave Schmidt in there? Or do we make a move? Sound like an idiot, right? Because our bullpen's been so bad. But I'd like to get a fresh arm in there. And I'm going to go to Efros. Of course, leadoff walk into a double play. Thank you. Clean 8th. Needed that. So they go to a lefty to face Jazz. Stanton flies out. Suarez, all right. You know who's up. Devin Williams, man. Close this one down for us. Uh-oh. 1-run game, and it's now a tie game. As Devin Williams can't get it done in the ninth, blows the save. Can the Yankees push across a run here to make up for it? And Aaron Judge, 2-out double there in the top of the 10th. Pushes across 2. Shenton blitzes Alexander. They go for the left-on-left matchup. Doesn't matter. Shenton's platoon-proof. And he comes through with a 2-run shot of his own. This should help close things out. Come on, Alex Lang. No, you got roughed up in that first one. Could use a big out here, and he does. And the Yankees blow the game in the 9th, but answer with 4 runs right back there in the 10th. Cody Bellinger with a 2-run or 2-homer game. And the Yankees have a 3-0 series lead here in the CS. And Luis Gil is finally going to get a chance to pitch here in Tampa Bay. Try and reset the rotation going into the World Series here. Up against Shane McCallahan, one of the best pitchers in the game. Can we chase him early? First inning, 0-0 apiece. Second inning, 0-0. Yu Chang with a double. Luis, he'll pitch out of it. He does. All right. Throwing up zeros. Yanks still looking for their first hit of this game. Knew it was going to be a tough one. Obviously a must-win game here for Tampa. Have their ace on the mound, and there it is. The first hit comes off the bat of Shenton. Another homer for him in this playoff run. Jazz reaches on an error. Jose Siri reaches on an error by Judge. Another dropped ball, but back-to-back errors just screwing over Luis Gil here. Gets a double play. And a 2-out knock there by Donovan. Ties up the game. Couple of untimely errors there. But he makes up for it with a 2-run homer. That's your captain. Shenton comes through with a double. And we get McCallahan out of the game. And Luis Gil gave us 6 very strong innings of work. Let's see if he can give us 7. All right, I'm going to make a change. Yu Chang, what's your splits? Yeah, let's go to a lefty. Oops, pitching change. Give Holton a chance to get back into this. And, of course, it doesn't even matter if it's a lefty-righty. Tampa's going to come all the way back and tie up the game with 3 runs of their own once again. Surprise, surprise. Whenever you try to play the matchup game, you get burned in this, apparently. Look. Carlson hits lefties, and he's going to strike out. I don't get it sometimes. I don't get it. Chaz with another double. Let's try and bunt him over. Okay, an error. Cody, you've been swinging well, man. I'll let you swing it. You earned it. Judge, Stanton. All right. On to the bottom of the 9th. Efros, can you keep it a tie game? He does. Into extras again here. Just leave Efros out there. May as well try and keep it a tie game. He does yet again. Chisholm continues to hit well. All right, now we go for a sac fly here. Well done, boys. All right, Devin, you blew the last game. Can you close this one out? Send us to the World Series. And he does. And the New York Yankees are headed to the World Series, technically for the second year in a row, with a chance to reestablish their glory here in New York and in baseball. As the Phillies have stormed back, they were down 2-0 versus Cincinnati. Can they punch their ticket to the World Series? Cincinnati ties it up 3 apiece. Who will it be? And it is. It's Philadelphia in a 2009 World Series rematch between 2 teams that have been eyeing the World Series for the past few years in the Yankees and the Phillies. This should be a good one. And we still have our game in hand to play if we need it. So let's get to it. All right, so let's take a look at what Philadelphia has. I imagine it'll look a lot like their roster in real life. I don't think they've been overly active. Should be a lot of the familiar faces. So Aaron Nola looks to get the start there in game one. Favors us with Wheeler going game two. Suarez, Sanchez, and Taijuan Walker there hasn't even pitched. Surprise, surprise. If you're a Phillies fan, you know what I'm talking about there. Strom, Hoffman, Eniel De Los Santos. I'm pretty sure he was with the Yankees when we started. Yeah, we let him go. Didn't feel like he was worth keeping around the system, but he's here, so that's of note. Steve Wilson, Estevez, Kirkring, and Adbert Alzolay, the former closer for the Cubs, now over here in Philadelphia. No Jose Alvarado on this team anymore, so a lot of what we've been running up against. Good starting pitching with complementary bullpen pieces. Nothing lights out there, but definitely can get outs in matchups there from Philadelphia. Lineup-wise, I imagine it's going to look pretty solid, yeah. Trey Turner leading things off, still in his prime. Brandon Marsh, the righty killer in this universe. Harper looks to, he's got 4 bombs. He's not struggling this postseason. What am I talking about? Hitting 3. They got Schwarber DHing. Definitely a threat there. Austin Hayes, Nick Castellanos, Alec Boehm, Bryson Stott, and JT Realmuto. Yeah, that's a complete lineup. This is going to be a tall task, but what do you expect when you get to the World Series? You're going to be facing someone good no matter what happens. Blake Sable on the bench. Somehow they acquired Dylan Cruz in a trade from Washington. I didn't even get the notification on that one. Yohan Moncada and Johan Rojas there, as well as Mundo Sosa. So a lot of defensive-minded guys off the bench. They can turn to some good speed there for some pinch running as well. But, yeah, this is a good team, good lineup. Probably favors us with some of the lefties. But then again, Castellanos and Boehm hit pretty well against lefties. They actually, do they sit Schwarber? They do sit Schwarber versus lefties, which, I mean, Yohan Moncada is not a horrible hitter by any means, but definitely not the threat power-wise that Schwarber is, even versus lefties. So that's an interesting lineup switch there, and then they get Dylan Cruz there versus lefties, who's hitless. So things to note. All right, the World Series, Yankees, Phillies, Game 1, Cole versus Nola in Citizens Bank Park. You know that crowd's going to be going absolutely nuclear. Let's see how we stack up. So, Game 1, first inning. Can we push anything across here early? Early action on the bases. And Jazz, for the first time, can't come through with a clutch hit for us. But you like the early action. Harper doubles. And that's all she wrote for Philly. So I would peg this series for a slugfest as Philly grabs the early lead here in Game 1 with both of our lineups. But both teams have pretty solid pitching as Judge comes through with a clutch 2-out double there to tie it up. An error. Goodness gracious, Volpe. Come on, buddy. Sets the table for Harper. Yeah, what do you know? Going to come through. And Cole limits the damage. Holds them to 1 run. That's big. Alec Boehm singles. Yeah, so lots of action on the bases, but, both these teams have the pitching to pitch out of jams. So it'll be interesting to see how this series plays out in terms of who's going to slug the most. I mean, both teams are more than capable of leaving the yard. As Riley Green can't come through there for us. Both teams are able to pitch out of big jams here. Lead off walk. Down 1 run, they go to Jeff Hoffman. And he strikes out the next 3 that he faces. Well, Cole gave us his best effort here in this one. We need the pitch or the hitting to step up. Come on, boys. Can someone find a way? All right, Stan, I'm going to have to pinch run for you. Gonna have to pinch run, and I'd rather use Grisham probably in this scenario to pinch run. Okay, there's a single. Come on, Riley Green. Come on, buddy. Come on, you can exercise all of these playoff demons with a good World Series and a clutch hit right here. Come on. I don't know why I keep betting on him. I don't know. Let's go to a lefty to face March and Harper. Tim Hill does his thing into the top of the ninth. Down 1 run. Wells pops up. Volpe K's on to you, Belly. Fly out. And the Phillies take game 1, a score of 2-1 by a strong start by Aaron Nola and some early offense, and that's all she wrote. So first loss in a little bit. Hopefully it wakes up these Yankees. I know it's tough playing in Philadelphia. We definitely have the team to bounce back from it. Yeah, why not slide Riley Green down to the 9 hole? Got to try and unlock him somehow, some way. So early action for the Yankees again here. Shenton doubles. We only got 1 across. Who was thrown out there? Bellinger. Austin Hayes threw him out. All right. Early lead. It's a nice start after last game. Not really being able to score much. So hopefully that can keep going. So the Phillies get some action on the bases there. Fried's able to pitch out of it. Leadoff single, back-to-back singles there. Another error. Austin Wells, man. Thrown out, that's huge right there. Aaron Judge, come on. Here's the matchup, Moncada. They have in for Schwarber, and Fried punches his ticket. Okay. Tie ball game again here early. The home runs have really not been there for either team, which is kind of surprising, but maybe that's a credit to the pitching, holding some of this offensive power down a little bit. Chisholm hits another double, can't push him across. And just like that, as I speak of it, JT Realmuto leaves the yard for the Phillies, giving them a lead here going into the 7th. Austin Wells singles. Come on, Riley Green. Come on. There it is, the moment we've all been waiting for. Riley Green, with his clutchest hit so far of the postseason, propels the Yanks in front 3-2 off of Steve Wilson. That is massive. Now I really don't know what to do with their pitching. I think I got to leave Fried out here to at least face Harper. I don't know who to go to. Efris, been one of our better guys, man. Come on, don't let me. And he does. I don't know why I go to the bullpen. I'm so sick of this team. Every single time I need big outs from my bullpen, they just blow it. Every single time. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable that this continues to happen. No matter who I put out there, it's just runs given up. Do we have some magic in us here late? No. And just when you thought New York was going to even up this series at 1 apiece, Philadelphia answers with 4 in the bottom of the 7th. Yohan Moncada, of all people, goes yard. And the Phillies have taken a 2-0 series lead. You know what that means. We are diving into Game 3 here in the Bronx to try and secure a win manually. So here we are, Game 3 of the World Series. The Yankees kind of have their backs up against the wall, need a win here to make it a series, but as they say, you're not in trouble until you lose on home ice. I know this isn't hockey, but same thing applies. We've been dominant at home. Need to get a win here and get it done. Austin Hayes drives one out into the gap. Going to be a 1-out double for Philadelphia here in the first. Wells throws him out. What a terrible base running. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Carlos Rodon. Gets out of the one-out double onto the bottom half. And JT Realmuto puts one up the middle, continues his postseason success, and gives the Phils a 1-0 lead here early. Dylan Cruz puts one up the middle in a full count that's going to score them. It's now 2-0 Philadelphia. And Jazz continues his postseason success, ripping one down the line. Gotta be at least double-digit doubles by now. See if we can push him across. Unbelievable play by Bryson Stott to rob Volpe of a hit and a run for the Yankees. It remains 2-0. And Trey Turner has left the building, making it 3-0 Phils. Uh-oh. Chisholm puts another one out into the gap. Is it going to be enough to push Wells across the plate? We are sending him. We are sending Jazz to third. Psych, we're bringing him back to second. And the Yankees are on the board from Mr. Clutch. Call him Mr. October. Jazz Chisholm comes through with a big one there. We need Riley Green to do the same. Making the move to the bullpen, Rodon had thrown a ton of pitches already through 4 innings. We're just trying to try and piece this one together pitcher by pitcher to get us through this game. Hopefully the offense can tie it up and take the lead at some point between now and the 9th. Oh my gosh, somehow that found their way through and the Phillies are going to take another run back. Unbelievable. Did Stott do it again? Unbelievable. A second time this game, he has robbed Volpe of a hit. I'm tired of it. Belly puts one down the line. That'll be an easy double for him. Gonna need to push this run across no matter what. Shenton rips one up the middle. That'll be enough to score Belly. A huge 2-out knock there to cut the deficit back down to 2. Yankees still have life. Jazz rips another one out to the gap. It's going to be his 3rd double of the game. Unfortunately, Wells is doing double play right before it, so we don't even get a run on it. Again, need another 2-out clutch hit by Riley Green. And he drives one to the short porch, and it's a tie game. Riley Green coming through in the clutch out of the 9 spot. We have life in New York. A walk to Turner sets the table for Austin Hayes with 2 outs. Got to get this one, Alex Lang. Got to get him out. And an error by Volpe sets the table for Bryce Harper here with the bases juiced. Full count. Runners will be off. Who's going to win the battle? And it's Harper hitting a grand slam. That pretty much seals the deal in this one. What a heartbreaker. And that'll be all she wrote, folks. The Philadelphia Phillies are just too much to handle, even with me playing. Can't get it done. Down now 3-0. Going to take a miracle for the history books to get back into this one. We'll see you in Game 4. Well, New York, our backs are up against the wall. I couldn't get it done manually. This team's bullpen, in theory, I mean, the regular season had done pretty well to get the job done, but there has been nobody reliable to go to outside of Devin Williams. And even he showed signs of weakness in that Tampa Bay series, blowing that 1-2-run lead that we still ended up winning, but just haven't been able to get it done in Philadelphia. You look back at the opportunities that we had. Game 1, only scoring 1 run, holding Philly to 2. Not getting a win there hurts. And then the late blunder in the next game, couldn't get it done. And then come back to tie up the game 4 piece just to give up a grand slam to Harper there in the 8th. Had a bad feeling about it, and the horror stories came true. So just like against the Dodgers, backs are up against the wall. We'll see if we can pull a miracle out of this, but I want to get your hopes up anymore. Only positive, we got 2 more games here at home. Leaving Chisholm there. The rest of the lineup has kind of been so we need some good performances here out of our starting pitching, which we certainly can get and have been getting, but it's going to come up to the offense to get the job done when it matters the most, as the Phillies have already taken a 2-run lead here. Make it a 6-run game. Clark Schmidt gave up 6 in the first. I mean, I'm not really expecting much in this one anyways. Yep. Pitching change. Luis Heel, go ahead, man. Get in there. Show us what you got. It's already 9-0. Yeah, this one's over. Let's just simulate through this one and not bore anyone through the rest of this. Although it's now 9-6. Might be a chance we can try and piece this one together. Harper went yard again. Surprise, surprise. Phillies just seem to be on a mission in this simulation to get it done. JT Realmuto hitting close to 400. Unbelievable job by them, although we have a little bit of hope, and it's quickly taken away. So there it is. A very disappointing World Series performance right there by your Yankees, getting swept by Philadelphia, who in their own right is a very solid, complete team. Would have honestly expected this to go 7. Maybe in another simulation it does. We'll take a quick look at some of the stats here. Chisholm got the MVP, not surprised. Harper with a World Series MVP. And JT on the other side was hitting just as well as Jazz in some ways. It's hard to look at this and be happy. This was definitely a World Series contending team, and to not win a game in the World Series hurts. It hurts big time, and I think you can point to some of the lineup, but mainly the bullpen in this one, blowing a couple games. We did have some really good performances for some players. Cody Bellinger carried his regular season success into the playoffs. Did a phenomenal job. Volpe had some clutch hits. Jazz Chisholm was by far and away the best player on this team. 10 doubles. Hit 400. 1.1 dotted OPS. 13 RBIs. I mean, we wouldn't have even been in the World Series without him. Austin Shenton did his thing, carried over from the regular season. Austin Wells got hot down there in the bottom of the lineup, but Riley Green, outside of a couple of clutch home runs that pretty much got erased by bad bullpen, didn't contribute anything. Stanton was a ghost. Suarez was a ghost. Judge continued to struggle in the postseason. He did have 4 home runs, but you'd hope for a little bit more in terms of the average there, in terms of his clutch home runs, 12 strikeouts as well. Rest of the pitching didn't do much. And then, here, if we look at our starters, Cole, Fried, Rodon did their thing, gave us a chance to win every single time they were on the mound. Schmidt pitched well, other than that last game against Philly. Luis Heel, kind of the same thing. And outside of Devin Williams, you're just going to see bad pitching pretty much across the board there. So, it's a win. We made it to the World Series, but the goal It's World Series or bust. It was a title or bust for this team, and we didn't get it done, and that hurts. So we're going to end the video there. Disappointed, but hopefully we can bounce back. A lot of this roster will be back for the next season, so time to run it back, add some more bullpen reliability, and hopefully we can get it done.